There we go. Whew. Anyways, there was an announcement about a week ago on a camera called the Canon R5, and I thought it might be a really good time for me to talk about which camera, this Canon or the Sony, is better. The age-old question, Canon versus Sony. I can't just be like, Sony's better or Canon's better, because then that just make a really boring video. You know, if we're gonna do a visual test, I'd rather take us somewhere that's not, well, let's say here. So let's go there now. The main thing I want to talk about with these two cameras is going to be color, because it's such a huge talking point for both these cameras. Canon is really famous and really well regarded for their color science. They're, natural looking colors that come straight out of camera that I feel like you could just color grade and just be like ready to go with. While Sony's gotten a lot of flack with their footage that comes straight out of camera because there's usually a blue-green tint to them, which doesn't really look too natural, and this is like emphasized with everything that you take on the camera, especially video, because I've actually seen this happen a lot with video. But what I usually do is I just, put it into my video editing software and color correct it. And, it works. It totally works. But the thing is, with Canon, I could just use the footage that I get straight from camera, like this. And it looks great. I think it looks great. There's no, blue tint. I think it is usable footage. While on the Sony, you get this weird blue-green tint that, you have to edit out because it looks off-putting. So yeah, Canon is really just the king of color. And the thing is, this camera doesn't have the same feature set than the Sony. If you're talking just features, the Sony would totally win out. Like, the Sony has 4K at 30 frames per second, 1080p at 120 frames per second, while the Canon can only do 1080p at 60. But the color is just so good on the Canon that I would probably just stick with the Canon for the most part if I were just told to choose a certain brand to stick with for the rest of my life. But I think that the Sony, in terms of portability and feature set, definitely went out. But for me, at least for myself, I definitely would take Canon over Sony because of the color. So yeah, that is it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys liked the video. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Like the video if you liked it. Dislike it if you didn't for some reason. And yeah, I will see you guys in 3 days.
What you tryna do? It's 7:32 on a Saturday. Is it chilly? Is it cold out? Let's go to a show. Check to see it might be sold out.